Well, friends, my magical Detroit Lions season, Blue Hair Bonanza, has officially come to an end. And look, we got lots of Nintendo news to talk about, exciting new announcements, big game rumors for tomorrow's state of play that should be coming to Switch. And I will say, good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. But I do want to take a moment to just talk about, man, I was in San Francisco this past weekend. The Lions are probably the thing I've been most passionate about consistently since I was very little. And they were 30 minutes away from the Super Bowl, and it was just ripped right out of our hands. The heartbreak, and man, it's just, I don't really get sad or down very often, but like this kind of thing just takes me so long to forget and recover from. And it sounds silly, I know, but if you're like that passionate about something, and for me, I feel like I very much identify with the team, and I feel like they're, as silly as it is, like their success is my success, and them being an underdog and trying to do things the right way and trying to do things in an upstanding, positive, camaraderie way is something like I've always strived for. And so seeing them succeed is just that much more gratifying. What a bummer. I really thought I was about to have one of the most magical moments a human could possibly have, which is like your team that's never done anything good having a magical season and going to the Super Bowl. The season was still very good, but it was so close to being amazing, and knowing that moment, like that exact moment, will never be recreated. My sentimentality, like, it just makes me so sad. But we're going to focus on good news here, and now I am so pumped for the rest of the year of video games and Nintendo Switch and y'all. So, what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Thanks for being here almost as long as the Lions have been here. We're going on like 15 years of this, which is crazy, and Nintendo is ready to take things to another crazy level. Today they shared the opening portal for Super Nintendo World in Orlando at the brand new Epic Universe theme park in Universal Studios Orlando, and it looks sick as all heck. They say Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, and more will be coming to Epic Universe in 2025, and the opening to the land looks even more intense and awesome than it does over in Hollywood. I will say Universal Studios Hollywood it's really small. It's kind of a disappointing park. Orlando is much different, and Epic Universe is bound to be sweet. They have 5 main lands in this new park: Nintendo, How to Train Your Dragon, Harry Potter, Dark Universe, and Celestial Grounds, which is like space themed, I believe. This is just super cool. But I know video games are more important than theme parks for many of you, so tomorrow we have a state of play. And normally that would be like, bleh, so many. What are we getting out of that? But we're getting 2 things. One, MLB The Show 24 was officially announced today and officially confirmed for Switch again. Happened last year, bringing another Sony logo to Nintendo Switch, which I still think is cool. Every time we see something unique like this, like, we're kind of living the dream. A Nintendo theme park that looks this awesome, Sony and Xbox games on Nintendo Switch. And oh yeah, also there's a big rumor that Sonic Generations remake is going to be shown off tomorrow, and I can guarantee you that thing will come to Switch. Sonic has been a fixture on Nintendo Switch since the system launched, and we know Sonic Frontiers was a pretty darn cool game last fall on Nintendo Switch, and Sonic Generations, a decent game. I think it's a little bit of a catch-22. I know they want to remake games because that's sort of the thing to do, but I feel like the older Sonic games, well, in this mid kind of era, not many of them are like worthy of remaking, so I'll be curious to see what upgrades and additions they make. The rumor is that it's going to be unveiled tomorrow during the State of Play, probably confirmed for Switch later in the day, and it's going to have a playable Shadow the Hedgehog, which sounds very interesting. We've heard rumors of another Sonic game for this fall that would be more tied into Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. This is not that game. This would just be a Generations remake, but still could be fun and cool. And then, man, oh man, Nintendo is doing their own remakes as well. We know that the first half of 2024 is just loaded with them, and a bunch of websites got hands-on time with Mario vs. Donkey Kong coming out in a few weeks. They say that this remaster remake is fantastic, very true to the original. Some are bummed because they feel like the original game was limited, being a Game Boy puzzle title, but if you are a fan of puzzle games, it sounds like this one is awesome. And the big addition here is going to be obviously the new and improved graphics that look gorgeous, and the new effects on the screen, plus cooperative mode. Now, some were assuming that this cooperative mode would be like a lot of Mario co-op, where it's like, oh, the second player can like shoot star bits or drop power-ups or wave, or it's a very minimal role. But in fact, local co-op provides a way for both of you to clear levels together, and it drops in a silver key alongside the gold key, so you both have to open your doors to complete the level. And it sounds like it was a really, really fun time. Something that anybody can do, whether you're a young kid or a big Mario fan from many years. It seems like this drop-in, drop-out co-op will be a even better way to enjoy this campaign that now is expanded with 2 new worlds, over 130 levels, a good chunk of content. And remember, this is not a $60 product, right? This is going to be a $50 game, which I think is really nice. It's $10 off. Yes, it's more than the GBA price, but given the graphical overhaul, given the co-op edition, and given the new worlds, I am in on this. I do want to play this game, and I'm excited now for February 16th, which is merely 2 weeks away. Also, I have to pour my heart into something, and I've poured it into the Lions for the last 5 months, and I thought we were so close to absolute glory. Maybe Mario can bring us glory this year, and I believe he will, not just in the form of this game, but in a big 3D Mario. I think this Mario vs. Donkey Kong is the first of many Mario games to come out in 2024. I feel like we say this every year, but it is a big year for Mario. We have Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, humongous game. In some ways, you could consider Luigi's Mansion 2 HD to be its own Mario spin-off title, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and then the coveted, huge, big, next evolution, new generation of 3D Mario. But let me know if co-op makes you more interested in Mario vs. DK. Playing this with a friend could be a great way to revisit or just approach a classic puzzler for the first time. Our guy, Sakurai, always delivering key knowledge and spot-on points of view. I love what he came out and said today, all right? Sakurai has given us a lot of great details on his YouTube channel about how he designs games, how he views the production and development of titles, and we know that this YouTube channel is going to be ending this year. So I think any last morsels of golden nugget knowledge from the king himself are wonderful. And today he said, no matter how much work you put into your trailer, it's never going to be on the level of a film. Just hurry up and show what makes your game appealing. He's talking about CGI trailers, and it's something that boggles my mind every time too. As cool as it is to see a fancy graphic flying around the screen shooting awesome VFX, that ain't what the game's gonna be. You're doing 2 things. You're setting up people to be disappointed when your actual game looks, plays, feels, vibes worse, and you're not telling players what your game actually is. And I think setting up expectations is one of the biggest keys to a successful game marketing plan and a successful game launch. Nintendo is fantastic at this. Even though Super Smash Bros. Has used CGI in its own ways, it also is very key on gameplay, and it's very explicit on what's included. They drop 20 plus character videos. They show you all the nuanced mechanics. And there's obviously a middle ground to this, but games that come and lead with their gameplay first, I think, present better and eventually, most importantly, sell and succeed better. So many games launch with an amazing CG trailer, and then the gameplay, we don't know what it is, we're worried about what it is, it comes out, and we're like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. It's a turn-based tactics game when the first CGI trailer looked like some epic open-world action adventure. It's really important to just showcase what you have. And nowadays, graphics are good enough that I think the difference between highlighting your gameplay and your pre-rendered CG cutscenes isn't as big of a difference as it ever used to be. I mean, I think that's just fact. This isn't like, oh, we need a freaking awesome trailer for our pixel game that doesn't perform all that great on a big screen. No, games look amazing nowadays, and even if they're going with a lower pixel style, it's usually stylized. Lead with that. Indie games are fantastic at this. They don't have the money to make a big CGI trailer, so they just show you what they are, and you either fall in love with it or you don't. I think some studios are learning and some are not. Some publishers are privy to this and some still believe in the old ways, but show your game. You're selling a game. You're not selling a movie. You're not selling an idea. You're not selling a vibe. Sometimes they try to, but it almost always backfires. So I love Sakurai coming in here and dropping knowledge on no CG, just show your game. One of the smartest in the industry. The rest of the industry should take note. And I appreciate y'all taking note of me and my channel throughout the years. Thank you for being here. I'm sure I'll have blue hair again next season, and hopefully we'll be cheering the Lions on in the Super Bowl. It is a huge dream of mine, and I hope that one day soon it comes true. I freaking love this squad, and I love all you. You're my squad. You're my Lions. Thanks for being part of this pride together for almost 15 years now. Appreciate it more than you know. Thanks for keeping me going. I literally would be in a bad, confused, very scary place without this. So thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Love you lots. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive. And until next time, SwitchForce out.